Hello and welcome to India Today. I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And this is Maruti Acharya, and we just completed watching the second Pongal release from Telugu cinema, that is Daaku Maharaaj, starring Nandamuri Balakrishna, Pragya Shraddha Srinath, Bobby Deol, and the movie is directed by Kolli, music by Thaman, and cinematography by Vijay Karthik Kannan.
This is a very template Nandamuri Balakrishna film, yes, but it is a Nandamuri Balakrishna film done right. You get what I am saying? He wants to entertain the people, that is his end goal, but then in this one he does it without, of course there are some flaws here and there, but it is not, the standard Balakrishna film that everybody jokes about. This is a good film, a proper mass masala entertainer.
For me, Daaku Maharaj is a technically brilliant, little weak screenplay, but Balakrishna's mania on big screen.
Yes, this film is definitely going to be a treat for the fans. And why is that? Because Balakrishna has been presented in a way that at least I have never seen him before in, this shade. It's always, of course, Balakrishna always has this elevation and all those things in the film, but here it just lands right. The emotions, when all of it culminates into a brilliant point, the elevation in itself, starts having a validity.
Correct.
And in this film, that validation is there throughout the film, which is why this stands out from everything else that we've seen him in recent years.
Balakrishna's movies, even though now we all know, like the entire India know Balaya, Jai Balaya, the kind of sensation he is, but down exactly back 5 to 6 films before right now, he was not taken seriously, and I am not even kidding. His movies were about joking on him, making fun of him. That is how our generation, the older generation, know what is the value of actor Balakrishna. But the stretch of 2000 to 2012, 14 also, till that age also, till I think Gautami Putra Shatakarni, Balaya was a meme and joke material, but the way the directors, the way he never gave up, the attitude of never giving up, choosing scripts, and now in fact he is one of the old generation actors who is bankable with 3 hat-trick 100 crore movies, and also his screen presence and aura. It is phenomenal. There are some things which can be written for Balaya, which can be performed by Balaya, and imagine if technicalities and story is also supporting. That is Daaku Maharaaj for you.
If we are talking about Balakrishna, Balaya here in this film, we have to simultaneously talk about Thaman as well, because it seemed like they were the pair in the film.
Correct.
And it wasn't the hero and it wasn't Urvashi or Pragya. Thaman and Balaya were the pair. The kind of music given by Thaman just made Balaya look like a proper, superhero.
Correct.
And it landed beautifully. Just like, for example, in Jailer, how the whole background music and Rajnikant just sing, and it, just elevated the experience through the roof. Same thing happened here as well with Thaman's music and Balaya.
Like in one of the interviews, Thaman said, if Rajnikant has Anirudh, Balakrishna has Thaman, that is the kind of combo. Akhanda, Veerasimha Reddy, and now back again, Daaku Maharaj. Their duo is phenomenal on screen. It's just madness. Music, and especially more than songs, the background music is one of the strongest quality of the film. Every small scene, intense scene, emotional scene, the music carries the weight of the situation in the movie and definitely delivers properly.
Another strong point about the film is the cinematography done in it, because every frame has been taken care of very nicely. No frame was ignored, nothing seemed, very blah, nothing seemed unwarranted. Each and every frames were beautifully shot. It's not like a frame which has hidden meanings or a lot of layers, none of that. It's just beautiful. So visually, when you look at it, visually as well, the whole film looks very beautiful.
Yeah, complementing these visuals, another strong quality about this movie is Bobby, especially in terms of understanding the assignment and drawing that line. A lot of times for these commercial potboiler movies, mass celebration kind of movies, right? If you go a notch higher, if the performance or the setup or the staging, music, anything, if it goes a note higher, right, it will feel jarring. But Bobby, starting from Jai Lavakusha or recent Valter Viraya or now this film, he has been consistently hitting the right notes. There are problems with all his movies, including Daaku Maharaj, but especially in this aspect of understanding the assignment and hitting the right notes, Bobby is bang on.
For me personally, I felt like there were instances where this was being pulled a little. The story was being stretched and slowed down, which I felt was unnecessary, because the film was being paced very nicely. There were very good action sequences, but then suddenly everything started to slow down, and the narrative and the narration just felt like it was
Correct.
pulled. And that kind of, drew my attention away. Although there is a lot happening over there, it felt a little slow, is what I felt.
Yeah, this has been a consistent pattern in most of the Bobby movies. The first half is very packed, tight, intro, outro, the first act, second act, it is going properly. But with the second half, most of the times, including the emotional elements more than the requirement is usually the problem. With Daaku Maharaaj also, yes, we understood this is the emotion, yeah, we get it. But still, there are some scenes which are actually not contributing to the screenplay, but gives you that lack kind of a feeling.
And when you talk about characters, yes, while Nandamuri Balakrishna's Daaku Maharaj gets all the limelight, every other character is kind of sidelined. They are just there waiting for them to be saved by Balaya. Even Bobby Deol, the villain, the big Bollywood villain right
Correct.
now, who's in trend, who's there everywhere. It seems like he's just picking roles where he doesn't have to do a lot continuously, and that has become a trait of Bobby Deol. Yes, everybody appreciated him in Animal, but then it's time for him to not just encash it for the sake of
Yeah.
roles, but also encash their popularity and get better roles, because back to back it seems like he is the big baddie in town, but then the bad guy isn't really creating an impact in the film.
Lot of scenes could have been much crisper, and lot of scenes which needed that time, especially the climax portion. The climax feels so rushed. Without giving any spoilers, the climax needed more time, more setup and more emotional weight, which I personally felt like they rushed it a little bit. And the pre-climax and the other portions, the second part of the second act, it was dragged a little too much. So these kind of calls on the editing table could have been avoided. And also with regards to the story, yeah, it is a nice story, basic story, but something more, something from the story side of it rather than a very normal generic masala pot boiler, I would have been more entertained.
Without any spoilers, these are just questions. Do you know what happened to Pragya Jaiswal's character?
No.
Urvashi Rautela's character?
No.
Yeah, those two questions at least remain unanswered for us. If you know the answer, do let us know in the comments below.
That is the beauty about a lot of these commercial masala movies when executed right. When you give the emotions, when you have a vision, you are keeping audience hooked to that vision, right? All these logical questions don't come until you come out of the theater and then think about it. So this movie is a well executed commercial masala Balakrishna movie with some hiccups here and there. But for Pongal, I think it's a treat.
Yes, I definitely see everybody who are sitting there. Fans will for sure 100% enjoy this film. All the Balaya fans have a
Yeah.
treat. But otherwise as well, if families go in there with the festive season, the festive mood, it feels like it is going to be a very good journey through the film, because there is drama, there is emotions, of course there is action, there's some blood as well, so be ready for that.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a good Pongal watch.
So if you want to see Balakrishna presented in a new avatar with a technically sound, nice commercial masala film with a little lag in between,
But a good story.
yes, Daaku Maharaj is the movie for you. It is at your nearest theaters. Please do give it a shot. Not just this movie, every movie that is releasing. This is our opinion. You might have a totally different opinion. You need to go watch the movies and come back, mention your opinions in the comment section below. And sorry for the voice and all of that. I am a little unwell. So I hope all the hiccups and stammer, everything, all of that is forgiven. Yeah, I know my audience are very forgiven. Thank you so much. And continue to give likes, shares, subscribes, all the support that you've been giving. Yes, thank you so much. With that, this is Maruti Acharya
And I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
and you're watching India Today.